From a 40,000 rupee phone to a 400 rupee biryani order, Indians are tapping one button and calling it not really spending. It comes up with zero interest, instant approval, and nothing extra to pay. And that button sounds completely harmless. Buy now, pay later. Sounds too good to be true, right? But in reality, this is a huge trap that most of us were falling in. 60% of BNPL users in India admit they've spent money they couldn't actually afford, just because BNPL is sitting there as an option. So in this video, we're breaking down how buy now, pay later became one of the biggest financial traps of 2026, where it came from, how it's designed to trick your brain, and what it means for the next 5 years. Let's get into it. To understand BNPL, we have to go back a few years. Back in 2016, the Indian government came up with a shocking update that nobody expected.
500 रुपए और 1000 रुपए के करेंसी नोट लीगल टेंडर नहीं रहेंगे.
Demonetization. And overnight, cash disappeared from the market. India was forced to go digital, whether it was ready or not. Initially, every household of India was affected by that wave. Small shopkeepers didn't know how to handle it, families kept cash under mattresses out of habit. But over time, Indians got used to it. People gradually started using UPI. In one tap, money is sent or received. What once needed a bank visit, a form, and a queue now takes 3 seconds on a phone. And today, UPI processes nearly 70 crore transactions every single day. While all these transformations were happening, something else was booming. And social media exploded alongside it. Every second reel had a comment section full of link please. Every scroll showed new products, new trends, and new temptations showing up on your screen. This created a generation of impulsive buyers. People who wanted things instantly didn't give a second thought to it. See it, want it, buy it. And that became the entire decision-making process. Today, almost everyone in India has a smartphone, but barely 1 in 20 of them have a credit card. That's a massive gap. So BNPL walked straight into that gap. No paperwork, no income proof, no waiting. Just your basic details and approval in seconds. For a while, it looked like a genuine win. First-time earners could buy a phone without saving for 3 months. Students could handle emergency expenses without asking their parents. That's the story BNPL sold us. But somewhere in that convenience, something else was quietly being built. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. BNPL's biggest danger isn't debt. It's what it does to your brain before the debt even happens. In short, it is designed to make you buy more and keep buying. Say you're going to buy a 3,000 rupee t-shirt. At checkout, you see BNPL offers to pay 500 rupees a month. Suddenly, a jeans and a jacket seem reasonable too. Your 3,000 rupee plan becomes an 8,000 rupee bill. And also, every single transaction you make quietly reveals your shopping pattern. That data shapes what gets shown on your screen, which is exactly why right after you buy one thing, your feed suddenly fills up with 5 more things you need. And this doesn't end at checkout. It just moves to your next scroll. There are 3 specific psychological tricks at play here. 1. Pain of paying reduction. Websites don't say rupees 5,500, they say rupees 1,375 a month. Our brain hears the smaller number and stops registering it as real money. It stops feeling like a purchase and starts feeling like a subscription you barely notice. 2. Dark pattern design. Look closely at any checkout page. The BNPL button is bright, pre-selected, and sits right at the top. Full payment options are grey, secondary, tucked into a very small corner, while late fee terms buried in a tiny font at the bottom. And this layout didn't happen by accident. It's designed to guide your thumb exactly where they want it. 3. The overspending effect. Ever noticed you shop more when there's a discount? You feel like you're saving money, but the truth is you're actually spending way more. And BNPL rides this exact psychology. Now let's look into the business part of it. There's a hidden cost behind every BNPL transaction. It's called MDR, Merchant Discount Rate. It's the fee a merchant pays every time you use one of these payment methods. And with BNPL, that fee is higher than almost anything else. Now you may get this question, if merchants earn less money every time from BNPL, why do they still push it so hard at checkout? Simple. It's just the conversion. More people complete the purchase, that's worth more to a merchant than the extra margin. A sale that almost didn't happen is still worth more than no sale at all. And also, what's hidden behind this is the real trap, which is also BNPL's biggest revenue source. Not the interest, not the fees on the shirt, just one word, late fee. So what actually happens when you miss a payment? First, a late fee. Flat penalty, usually somewhere between 100 rupees and 500 rupees. On a 450 rupee biryani order, a 200 late fee is close to 100% effective interest rate. For food that's already been eaten and forgotten, that's a steep price to keep paying. Second, and this is the one almost nobody tells you, most BNPL isn't free money from the app you're using. Behind it sits an NBFC or a bank, and they report to credit bureaus exactly like a bank loan. A missed 399 rupee payment sitting quietly on your credit report can be the reason a home loan gets rejected 5 years from now. Not because you defaulted on something big, because you forgot to pay 399 rupees on time. 5 years is a long time to be paying for one missed reminder. And the worst part is you won't even remember which biryani or which shirt it was for. Third, you don't actually know who lent you the money. You think you're using Amazon Pay Later. What you're actually doing is taking a loan from an NBFC through a document called a key fact statement, which almost nobody reads. And this market isn't slowing down. It's projected to grow over $62 billion a year by 2031. Not as one big loan, but thousands of small invisible ones, stacked across 4 different apps with no single screen anywhere showing you the total. Rupees 500 here, rupees 700 there, rupees 300 somewhere else. Individually, none of it feels serious. But add it up and you're staring at 1,500 rupees this week alone, as dues you never planned to pay for. This is where it gets dangerous. BNPL doesn't feel like a debt. It doesn't come with a loan document or EMI calculator. It just quietly adds up. If this pattern continues, we are not just looking at rising personal debt, we're looking at a generation that's been quietly trained to see spending as free and saving as optional. So how do you get out? There's a way, and it's simpler than you'd think. 1. Keep only one active BNPL at a time. Close it before opening another and track every single payment. If you can't remember what you owe without opening the app, that's the first sign it's already gotten away from you. 2. Use a credit card instead. It's the original BNPL, interest-free credit, but with rewards, cashback, and something BNPL will never give you. It actually improves your credit score. 3. Only use BNPL when the money is already sitting in your account. Need a 10,000 rupee phone, have 7,500 saved, pay 2,500 through BNPL, and use the rest as it was meant to be used. If you can't afford it today in cash, you can't actually afford it. BNPL isn't evil. It solved a real problem for a lot of first-time earners. But somewhere along the way, it stopped being a tool and became a habit that you spend for. A tool waits for you to pick it up. A habit doesn't wait for anything. But here is the mindset shift people need. Once you see the pattern, you can't unsee it. And once you can't unsee it, you stop falling for it. You don't need to give up convenience. You just need to take back control. If this made you rethink that just 500 rupees a month button, share it with someone who needs to hear it. For more real money breakdowns like this, follow What the Wallet.